interesting. Where is patient zero? I'm going to go in for a few things first, but first of all, I'm going to address these people going around saying, "Oh, this is nothing. This is all make believe. It's fake. It's not real. It's all a LARP. Oh, no, 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 no. It's planned." Are you people for fucking real? 151 countries. That's some hell of a logistics to make a LARP. And the idiot running around in New York with his conspiracy theories and tinfoil hat, relying on the scientific expertise of a fraud and a phony known as Hawkins. The very guy who's lied about all of his qualifications and lied about everything else which we've proven, runs around trying to discredit people, attack people. Well, what I'm going to do is show you the very facts of why. I don't think it was planned. I think it was an accident, and I'm going to show you why that. All the signs are there. Now, the reason why I can do this kind of thing is because, first of all, I hold a NEBOSH, so I would know all about root causation, which is what I applied to this method. So we have this guy, the video which I'll link below, which is this guy, Dr. Hakim Jabala. Very interesting guy. So let's go to his thing. He's a CEO of Sigmund Bundang Gyeongai, biotechnology, biochemistry, and molecular genetics. Very interesting character. So I'll link that below so you can see that this guy does exist. It's not make-believe. And he talk about how China is responsible. And how China has responsible for, at the moment, as we can see, at this precise moment, nearly 800,000 cases worldwide. All these countries, as you can see, going down below, all the way down, all the way down. So it's all make-believe. It's all fantasy. It's all not really happening. Yeah? You think people like Cuomo and de Blasio, who screwed up by telling people to go out and party, are now realising they've got a huge problem on their hands. But let's go back to where I started this all from. This person, Shi Zhengli, where is she? We know that they've brought in the biological warfare expert, Major Chen Wei, to head the task force for China, the head of biological warfare. So we have pictures here. We talk about the Bat Lady. So she's an expert. She's done it all her life, and she's the person who's been working on SARS since the beginning. But this is why I brought this up, because this is what she wrote on February the 2nd on her WeChat page. The virus was a punishment from nature for humans' uncivilized life habits, and she guaranteed with her life it was totally unrelated to the lab. But just as Xi's assurance seemed to have calmed down, I noticed the Chinese Ministry of Science and Technology last Saturday, February the 15th, started a fresh wave of suspicion towards the lab. The ministry said they noticed that China should enhance its management of viruses and bioagents at all labs and research institutes without the explanation as to why it's been proposed right now. And then on February the 22nd, to mirror that, we had the World Health Organization produce theirs to do with coronavirus. Now here's another important factor. Yunnan and Wuhan. The distance between them is like going from, say, Las Vegas to Chicago. That's how far apart. So if this has come from a bat, that's bats travel far for a start off. But let's talk more about this virus. Let's talk more about the fact that we have this woman talking on her WeChat, and we have all of this information that's there. Now, if this thing loads up, stupid things. Join the live sites. Only one lab in China can safely handle the new coronavirus. As the escalating viral outbreak unfolds in China, only one lab in the country meets the required biosafety standard needed to study the new disease. The lab happens to sit in the center of Wuhan, the city where the newly identified coronavirus first appeared. According to the Hindustan Times, an Indian news outlet, the facility known as the Wuhan National Biosafety Laboratory is housed with the Chinese Academy of Sciences, specifically designed to help Chinese scientists prepare for the response for future infectious disease outbreaks, according to a 2019 report. So, this is a level 4 lab. Is anybody else going to ask this question? Why did they build it in the middle of a city of 11 million people? A highly infectious, virulent research laboratory, which also pans to also biowarfare, because people like Major General Chen Wei are involved with this BSL-4 lab. Would you allow in America or anywhere in the world a company to come and say, hey, that's no problem, we're going to build ourselves off a level 4 biological lab in the middle of our city? Would you allow that? Why? It's a bloody good question. No one's answering that question, don't you think? And this is why I'm bringing this up. SARS escaped Beijing lab twice. And this was in 2004. What else did I show you in 2004? Oh, that's right. There was a new directive of safety of management of laboratories, including level 3 laboratories. A brief, terrifying hit escaping from the 17 Chinese pandemic was a lab mistake. So, we know for a fact, one occurred in 1970 because a natural pandemic was imminent. Many other laboratories are highly consequential pathogens, also transmission. The swine flu scare of 1976 and the H1N1 human influenza 1970 virus appeared with the 1980 global pandemic persisted. So this is where your H1N1 comes from. A lab. Oh, it's all there. It's not make-believe. Lab loses thousands of vials of deadly SARS virus. What, China again? No. This is a French lab. Has lost more than 2,000 vials containing fragments of the deadly SARS virus. Now let's go back to patient 0. Now they're telling us in Beijing that this woman, Wei Guosheng, which I talked about before. So let's read this together, shall we? Beijing, London, a 57-year-old female shrimp seller in China's Wuhan city, the originating point of the coronavirus pandemic, has been identified as one of the first victims of the coronavirus, which has claimed nearly 28,000 lives around the world so far, according to the media reports. The coronavirus patient 0, who made a full recovery in January. So they were already spinning it that this is the woman. That's patient 0. And if that's the case, why did they destroy all the evidence? Why did they hide everything? Why did Zheng Li say it wasn't her lab? Why is everything centered around this BSL level 4 lab? Why on February the 15th did the science people in China change the regulations on it, and on February 22nd the World Health Organization changed theirs? Cover up much? This is in Italy, and sorry, this is in Spain. So I'm putting that there so people can see what's happening in Spain. But this end video, I'm going to show you how China deals with it. China propaganda. You can see for yourself. So it all goes back to the very point of what I'm saying. It's this BSL-4 lab that's built in the middle of the city of Wuhan. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's pull up Wuhan, China. So we got videos of that. So this, have a look. Yes, pictures of Wuhan city of 11 million people, and they built a level 4 biological lab in the middle of it. And with their track record of biological escapes from these laboratories, it's more than just two. I found a lot more. Well, I'll leave that for you people to go and dig. And to the idiots running around saying, oh, this is all make-believe, I trust one person on this world, and that's my sister. She's worked for the NHS for 30 years. That's the National Health Service. She was working in haematology of blood for 20 years of that. Now she's in management, dealing with the building and construction of hospitals and maintenance of hospitals. I managed to finally get hold of her the other day. She's so busy, but I asked her one vital question, because I know she won't lie to me. I said, is this a joke or a hoax, or is this real? She says, this is so real, it's so scary. It is beyond anything she's ever, you know, prepared for, as hematology outbreaks, etc. So for those idiots running around saying this is a hoax and it's all man-made, you're putting other people at risk. Do your research. Go and ask people. Go to people that have died and ask them facts and evidence, and do it that way. Don't go around saying this is all a hoax and then calling other people liars about it. Because I've spoken to my other good friend of mine who's living in Spain, and she stated that 5 people in her village have died from it already. That's a village in Spain. I shall leave that message with you. Ta-ta for now.